Aces, everyone.
Hello to the two fans, and welcome back to Chicago Ted with another episode of the Golden Aegis cast series. This one is replay ID number 170-616-1686. This is a 1-7 replay. I repeat, a 1-7 replay. So this is the most recent replay I have done in this entire thing. So I'm looking forward to get into it. I'm really hyped to get started, and I hope you enjoy the matchup. So, for this time around, it's going to be for the Radiant side, Architect on the Crystal Maiden with Zacharific on the Storm Spirit. Red Scare is going to be played by the Centaur War Runner with King on the Phantom Assassin, and the Big Papa Bear playing the Big Papa Bear itself, the Ursa. Meanwhile, for the Dire team, it is going to be Destroyer on the Legion Commander with Sia playing the Necrophos. We got Les on the Skywrath Mage and Morido on the Bristleback, and Adrian playing the Drow. So Architect and Red Scare are chasing down Adrian. Looks like they should not get the kill here as Legion Commander disconnecting. Okay. We'll oh, going a little back. I think this should be fine. Alright. So with that disconnect along the way, we're going to take a look at some of these lanes coming out. Red Scare and Architect are taking a lane, an off lane together. They're going to be off lane against Adrian. This is actually a very problematic lane for the Drow. Even with the Skywrath Mage in there, there's just a lot of damage coming out from the off lane. Meanwhile, Zacharific against the Legion Commander Destroyer. This is a tough lane for Legion, just because Zacharific completely annihilates most melee mids as a Storm Spirit. It's really a troublesome matchup for any meleeer going up against Storm, and can become even bigger of an issue later on in the game. So, as far as bottom lane goes, oh wait, no, it's going to be a solo off lane Centaur Red Scare, and Architect's going to be helping King. So this is actually a really good lane for King now, because of the fact that the Frostbite will help him destroy Sia, but he's got to be careful of this Heartstopper aura. You can tell King already struggling just a little bit. Now, one of the best ways to mediate this, and I really love it, even though just in lane, it's just get a casual Perseverance. And some of you are like, oh, well, that builds in the Battlefield, it's not really good. And what I say to that is, no. Perseverance gives 10 damage, all right?
Carry on.
And that's like, oh, 10 damage. 10 damage for an ultimate coup de grace, that's really, really good. Plus the fact that it gives casual regen in lane. A lot of casual regen in lane. So, first of all, you can spam Stifling Daggers without so much of a worry. You can stay in lane against Heartstopper Aura, and you can just overall be an absolute nuisance to anyone. It is a fantastic item, and if you want to build into a Bloodstone, more power to you. If you don't, there are other items that it builds into that might be good, may not be, but in fact, we can explore that right now. As let's take a look for an item I know has a Perseverance. All this can be built. Now, Refresher's Orb, okay, not so much. But Lotus Orb, maybe. Lincoln Sphere, maybe. Battle Fury, more likely. But just a lot of options going away. I really love this item. I know I'm kind of preaching right now, but sometimes when I see a hero that I really love to play, then I kind of have to, like, talk about them a lot. Another one here is Centaur War Runner. And a lot of times I like to start with the boots first on him. He did do something that I've done a lot in the past, and that's go for the multiple points in return. And that is because Les and Adrian are playing this one more just right-clicking him down. You can see how much damage they take each time from it. It ends up being a really good harassing tool and kind of dissuades them from continuing to try to harass you like that, giving you almost a free lane. And although it is a little bit counterintuitive to go Tranquil Boots with return, since you kind of like to take last hits, really, in essence, it's not. Because you get Tranquil Boots, you sit back and you regenerate for a bit, then when you feel strong, you walk forward, you tank everything, you be a dick, and you get back, you regenerate a little bit. That's kind of how it works with Centaur in the off lane. So I'm really liking how they're playing this one. And I will mention that King has gone for the Quelling Blade first, which leads me to believe that maybe he is going to be going for a Battle Fury build here. And although I don't exactly like the Battle Fury itself in this game, just because there's not a lot of bunched up units for him to cleave down, it's really only useful. All First Blood in the mid lane, Zacharific will bring down Destroyer. And, you know, that's kind of what I expected here. Storm being absolutely hell for any sort of mid laner or melee mid laner. So the First Blood will go to Storm, and one up on the board for the Radiant. But I was talking about Battle Fury. It's great for farming, but with PA, you can farm without a Battle Fury. You just need attack speed. Unlike Animage, who it's okay. It's two different, completely different heroes, so I can't really compare them up front. But Phantom Assassin can kill without farming up a Battle Fury and then a couple of items. Like that's where it's at right now. And at this point, we'll have to see what she goes for. She did go for the Morad Mask, which I kind of agree with just because of the regen. But I really kind of wanted to see either go for the Dominator quickly, which gives you the passive regen and the armor, or go for a casual Ring of Health, Ring of Regen. Either one of those works. It's something that I don't see a lot of safe lane carries do that. I mean, you think about, it's a huge investment in lane. It doesn't return, but it does return. In fact, if you can spend 800 gold to be able to sustain through lane and get an extra 2 levels of experience that you wouldn't have normally gotten, or an extra couple 20 to 30 last hits you wouldn't have gotten, it's more than worth it at that point. And you can jungle with it, you can do all sorts of stuff with it, but again, Soapbox, let me get off of it. We'll have a pause from Red Scare, so we'll go ahead and skip past this here. Kind of a weird pause, but Destroyer comes in onto Architect. They'll go in for the Reaper Scythe. No level 6 in Legion Commander just yet, so they don't end up getting the dual win off of it. But a Reaper Scythe will send Crystal Maiden to the grave for 40 seconds at 5 minutes into the game. That's a lot. That's almost 20% of the entire game played all this far is being spent in the fountain. It's crazy. So yeah, Tranquil Boots was completed on the Red Scare, and this is exactly it. He's back. He's regenning all the way up to full. Even with this coming in, he regens straight on through it and be big, bad, and just up front in their faces. They can't really do too much about it. As long as he doesn't get over-aggressive, he's fine. Morido, meanwhile, remember, he was disconnected, so he's still level 1, which means Zacharific, being level 7, can kill him. In fact, I'm surprised he's not even attempting this. Morido is going to get a lot of experience really quickly, but this is an easy solo kill for Zacharific, and he's not going to go for it just now. But we'll have to see if he wants to go for it later in the future. Meanwhile, Red Scare being up front again, just playing this one very aggressively. What's his next item? 450 gold. He can go a variety of different things. Usually, if I'm playing a Centaur Warrunner, I'll just go straight into the Blink Dagger from this point, just because it adds so much to your hero. But sometimes I'll go extra strength or extra armor. Maybe just go into a Blade Mail or go into a Bracer, just to add a little bit of extra oomph to the hero and get you to that Bracer, or get you to that Blink Dagger a little safer. Big Pile Baron with Architects in the jungle, but do they have a dual blade and spend it? No, they have a Reaper Scythe that doesn't end up getting the kill. And Big Pile Bear, they've got a Stampede. He might get away from this one. The Orb of Venom, not enough. Although I don't think Orb can kill anymore. Destroyer, though, 6 seconds for overwhelming odds. 4, 3. Oh, it actually gets the kill because of Heartstopper. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Architect's in, though. They've also got King. They've got a duel, though. They'll pop it on the Architect. Architect will go down. Destroyer gets the first duel win of the game. King's in close by, though. Overwhelming odds. Press the attack, rather. King can't find the kill. He'll go down as well. 1-4 in the early game. And Sia will survive this one. That's a bit of an issue here. Once again, I say once again, I probably wouldn't, but Zacharific in the mid lane. Level 8 to the level 3 of the Bristleback. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for any solo kills this far. So as of right now, Morido only has the 12% side, 24% back reduction. He really is not that powerful. Now he'll hit level 4, makes it a little bit more difficult, but Zacharific, meanwhile, he's got... Okay, it looks like he's building towards the Bloodstone. Another interesting tidbit here, for Storm Spirits in this game, sometimes we'll see Storm Spirits rush out the Orchid of Malevolence, sometimes you'll see them rush out the Bloodstone. It really is more of like a 60-40 split in the population. Either one's really good, but it really comes down, if you're a competent Storms player, you'll have a great idea of which one you need at what point. As far as when, like, a general overview of when you need it, it comes down to, well, do you need an Orchid to get a kill, or can you find pickoffs with your team? If you can find pickoffs without needing the Orchid, Bloodstone, because you'll get these stacks up very quickly, and having stacks early is really good. If you don't, Or if you need the silence, you get the silence. But Zachary's going to come up. They've got a stampede. Left's getting taken out. Adrian as well. Looks like they'll find a double kill here. That's a haste actually on the Drow. So they're not able to get the kill. But still they find one. And that's the argument for the Bloodstone right there. That would have been a charge on him. 9 charges already as soon as he gets the Bloodstone. That's really, really good. Meanwhile, King warming up the bottom lane, going for the phase boots. So going a more standard PA build here, getting phase into probably Helm the Dominator, into maybe either a BKB or a Basher, whichever she needs first. But Big Papa Bear, his skill build's kind of weird for going Roche. But he should be able to get it. 4 points in Fury Swipes is more than enough you need. In fact, you can even take Roche without any points in Overpower just with Fury Swipes. But Architect will be taken down underneath a Tier 1 tower as Big Papa Bear is going toe-to-toe and actually should bring down the Roshan. He went for the Enrage, which gives a lot of damage, but also just means you take nothing from Roshan. So he'll grab the Aegis Immortality. Now with a Bounty Rune outside of it. Level 9 coming into 10 minutes into the game. In fact, looking at levels, he is at the top of the board with the rest of his team. That's a really good place to be at. 50 CS2 at 10 minutes. Not too bad, considering he's at the top of the board as well. The bottom Tier 1 tower will go down. This one doesn't get denied. So the Radiant now, 1 for 1 technically. As Bristleback, interesting enough, will get a first item Vanguard. And that means he's a little bit tankier. And Zacharific missing quite a few opportunities to solo pick him off, but I think it becomes harder and harder now. As in the bottom lane, Destroyer and Sia are close by for a kill, but looks like they're not going to go for it. Instead, Zacharific might run face first into them. Gotta be very careful. If they're able to silence him up with Ancient Seal, do they even have it? No, they do not. Zacharific, they've got the Mystic Flare, but it's a little bit off the mark here. And Zacharific actually gets the kill. He actually wins the duel. Now Sia on the run. He'll go down. Zach with an extra 10 damage on the Storm. And now Les trying to get away, but you can't get away from that. Zach will go in for the slows. Looks like they might get both. They might get... Oh, wait, no. Maybe they'll get neither. No, the blink forward from King. Should find Adrian. Will find Adrian. Now Les in a bit of a sticky situation. You can see the sheer amount of damage that Zacharific is doing. Morido on the run, but cannot get away from this one. A 4-0 for the Radiant side. And whatever disadvantage it seemed like they would have had, they just gained it right back. Architect now at the freezing field on to Les. No more explosions. Maybe he gets hit by 1 or 2 more. He gets hit. Oh, he's going to go down. Like Kid Icarus, he flies too close to the sun, or at least the giant balls of ice coming down and blowing up everything and wrecking face, but that's another story. So we can take a look at the grabs and the Radiant. They actually never got a goal disadvantage, never had an experience disadvantage. They've always had the lead, and now it's even worse. King will go in. The evasion helping him survive through the duel. And Destroyer not going to get the damage off of it. Oh, man, this is a really tough game for Legion. She will go, though, for that Blink Dagger, which will help her find the duels. Red Scare, meanwhile, with a Mystic Flare coming down. Takes little to no damage, and with a Hood of Defiance being built, he'll take even less. Zacharific completely laying into Sia, but it's going to be an open press the attack, and Sia will survive this one. Zacharific might be turning around, coming back in, but doesn't have enough mana for it. Instead, he'll just slowly regen. This is a haste rune completed. Now bottling up the rest of what he's got. Big Papa Bear trying to run on in, but with no way of closing the distance. He only has his phase boots in the stash. So it's up to his team to try to save him right now. Will they get the duel? They will duel, but you don't win that duel. Big Papa Bear, he just mans up, duels it out, and they'll get 2 off of it. This Legion Commander's not having a great day at all. In fact, one of the worst days of her life, I would imagine. Big Papa Bear is still chasing down, though the Aegis will pop now. In comes King, laying into Adrian. They've got the stop, and Adrian's down. Zacharific's in as well. They're looking for Morido, and I don't think they can chase any further than this. But Les gets caught in the crossfires and will get brought down. Caught in the crossfire, or crosshairs. I think crossfire makes a little bit more sense. He'll get brought down. 13 minutes in, 14 minutes in, 11-6, and Radiant have put the pedal to the metal and then some. Holy hell.
Technical difficulties. Hope the Dire
So they bring down the tier 1 Nick, and they continue to press their advantage here as they go for more. Destroyer in with another duel to spend, but he's already given away more damage than he's gotten for himself. Now you take a look, he's got 10, Zacharific's got 10, Big Papa Bear's got 10. What's next? King getting 10? I don't know, but it's so far just looking so upsetting for the Legion Commander. That 10 damage is a lot. Like that's about 1,000 gold when you consider it off the back. Like I don't know what's the cheapest damage you can get.
This will do.
Okay, phase boots at 24 damage, so yeah. Hold on, I'm thinking the cheapest damage you can get is a bracer, so about 500 gold. I'm sorry, that's about 500 gold, 400 to 500, whether or not it's a bracer, the Null Talisman, or the Wraith Band that you get. But those give just about 10 damage, and I think that's the cheapest way you can actually accumulate 10 damage off the game. As Blades of Attack, what are Blades of Attack? There,
beat down.
5, I want to say 9, 420. There we go.
Now.
Yeah, I further correct myself. 420 damage is the cheapest you can get for 9 damage. So that's 420 gold that you give away each time.
Dire's lost the top tower.
All right. Well, with that said, without me struggling through trying to figure out just how much 10 damage was worth, I finally figure it out. But we come on in. Les looks like he's just going to get brought down here. Mystic Flare doing a little bit. A Reaper's Scythe, and actually he will bring down King with it. But he'll go down himself. Now Destroyer. It looks like he was looking for a duel, but once again, just proves to be a pretty poor idea. We'll turn around with an overwhelming onslaught, give himself some extra movement speed. Do we have a Stampede? We do not. Red Scare will continue chasing this one, though, a little bit slow on the hoof stomp. Meanwhile, Zacharific on the run. What's this, a duel? Red Scare? Does he actually win this one? No, he does not. Red Scare, though, will end up dropping in the end. So another duel, another loss. Well, okay, not losing it, but not winning it. Draw. Let's another duel, another draw. Big Papa Bear, meanwhile, will complete his Blink Dagger. And the rest of his team looking pretty good. No Blink Dagger on the Centaur. He went for an intermediate Hood of Defiance, but he's got 1,100 gold, which helps. Crystal Maiden with another Hood will help her, I guess, with the Mystic Flare, but I think it will build into a Glimmer Cape, which is a really great item for the Crystal Maiden. Phantom Assassin going for that Battle Fury now, after all said and done. Zacharific, still with the Bloodstone, finally completes 17 minutes. Is actually a pretty decent Bloodstone timing, but given the situation, maybe a little late. Less. He's got the Arcane Seal. We'll pop it out. Now Zacharific might just die immediately after getting that Bloodstone. There's a duel. Zach, he goes down, and it's a duel win for the Legion Commander. What a way to finally win another duel. Oh, God. And that was a fresh Bloodstone, too. Oh, boy. And that's why you don't go in when they've got a silence. I've learned that the hard way so many times. Silences, hexes, anything. If you're a Storm Spirit, you never go in alone with all that. Big Pop Bear now in the Roche Pit. They still see him. But can they bring him down? He's got lots of damage. He's actually going to go out onto Sia. There's not much that this Necrophos can do. Now Storm is back on in, looking for more kills with a blink away from Destroyer. As the Radiant, they're grouped up, maybe looking to try to find a kill here, but they're not finding anything just yet. King, now about 1,300 gold away from the completed Battle Fury. As the rest of his team will simply just farm up right now. And we just have another pause, so we might just go ahead and skip past this.
All right, carry on.
There we go.
A lucky find.
And the Radiant, they're going to run face first into less. They're going to get another Bloodstone charge, get him up to 7 again. Still alive for now, but finally will go down. Zacharific finds that kill. Back up to 7, so he's almost back at equilibrium. Now all they need is one major fight, and he'll be rolling in dough right now. Burrito is in the top lane. Still firing up. He's got the Arcane Boot, so he's looking all right for farm, but because of that long delay he had to begin the game, it's been really tough for him. This lack of Blink Dagger, though, on Red Scare is really hurting the Radiant. They're not able to be as aggressive as they want. And every single time I look at Phantom Assassin, her blades are a different color. I don't know if this is another replay bug or what, but
Radiant's bottom tower
we'll have to see.
days.
Pushing into the mid-tier 2 tower, the Radiant side, they're being very aggressive here. Going in to the Dire's own jungle. Big Papa Bear is actually going to regen from attacking creeps. The double damage definitely helping out. Stampede, not quite sure what it's being used for, but whatever the case, securing this game. Now Les getting caught out. Destroyer goes in for a duel. Big Papa Bear, they've got the Blade Mail. And not quick enough on the Enrage key. If he had been able to get that off, maybe he would have been able to survive, if not win, the duel there. But sometimes it just comes up a little bit too fast. But for future reference, if you're ever caught in that situation, just spam your ultimate, because Enrage will turn that fight. Guarantee it. Zacharific farming out the bottom lane in the meantime. Mid-tier 1 tower should drop. Red Scare. Very close to his Blink Dagger, cannot afford to die anytime soon. Architect getting closer to the Glimmer Cape, also cannot afford to die. Really? Okay, you can never afford to die. It's an obvious situation, but when you're getting close to an item, it's even more so. The King, now closer and closer to the Battle Fury, 800 gold away now. Les, I think going for a Rod of Atos. It's a pretty decent item, good tankiness, good intelligence. Zacharific is going to get caught, though. They can't get the duel off. Instead, they're chasing after him, but he'll get himself away. Under the Aegis of his team, maybe they can turn and fight here. Everyone's rotating in, and now they turn. Maybe a little late, the Stifling Dagger on the Sia, and comes the Hoof Stomp. He'll get his Blink Dagger in the meantime, so if he dies here, it doesn't really matter. A duel win, or a duel out onto Architect. Can't seem to win it out, and now he actually will get the draw as a freezing field comes down. Les will drop. 4 actually drop. And Zacharific now with a net gain on the Bloodstone. 11 charges. 20.7 regen per second on the Storm Spirit. And of course, Roshan's up, so Big Papa Bear is going to waste no time just going straight for it. Meanwhile, Morito trying to farm up some Ancients. Doesn't seem like it's very fast stacked pretty much at all, so no reason to use Earth Shock. It doesn't really have yet no damage or no attack speed slow, so it's not really worth spending on the Roshan. Just the movement speed slow, but even that.
No breaking through the dire structure for now.
So Roshan will drop. Big Papa Bear going to grab another Aegis as well as another pretty much 1,000 to 1,500 experience that he just got from that. Isn't it? I think actually it's like 1,400 experience that Roshan gives or something crazy like that, but regardless, Roshan, or Ursa's going to bring down a tier 1 tower bottom, and now maybe they fight into him, but he's got the Aegis. He doesn't really care. Frostbite onto Morito. The Big Papa Bear is just sitting up front, playing it very aggressively. Here comes in. What is it? Supply. Supplies have completed Battle Fury out for King, so now he's got another extra bit of damage with the Life Steal. He can farm up very quickly, very efficiently. But they can also fight. Battle Fury is actually a fighting item for a PA because look at the damage. 55 damage it gives. When you consider 340% critical, that's an extra, what, 150 to 200 damage that it gives? It's crazy. So with 698 damage crits, with the cleave, she's ready to fight. They've got the Blink Dagger on Red Scare. Architect with the Glimmer Cape. They actually have the full green light. Do they go? Red Scare, he's just got a blink. He's 1 blink away from 2 kills. But they're going to hold off for now. Zacharific waiting in the wings. I don't know. After that one shot they had, it seems like they're missing an opportunity here. Instead, they'll back off and play it passive. Not looking for their fight just yet. Holding on. The Dire will group themselves up, though. Looks like they'll find Red Scare. Maybe go for a duel, though. I don't think they win this duel. Red Scare with the Hood of Defiance is really tanky. He will end up winning it, though. They get enough damage. Meanwhile, Warito going to get brought down by Big Papa Bear. So a 1-for-1, technically. Both tanky, quote-unquote, offlaners going to be brought down, because I'm not quite sure what exactly the Bristleback was this game, but now we see the 4v4. Big Papa Bear makes his way on in, but he's going to get slowed, pushed back by the Gust. Triple silence But in comes Zacharific. All the silences are spent. Now Adrian will get brought down. Freezing field out as it's a Glimmer Cape. Sia will go down. Everyone dying. Everyone dead on the side of the Dire. The Radiant just completely rip apart the Dire side. And just like that, Zacharific now with 16 Bloodstone charges, 30 mana per second. Now with another Perseverance. Lincoln Sphere maybe. I could see him building that right now. He's actually going to go into Morito. Now there's not a whole lot of damage. They've got King in there as well. They're just going to chase him down, or at least try to. Regen rune from Zacharific going to get canceled by the Quills, but Morito, he's as good as dead. And that's kind of why when you're a Storm Spirit, you got to be very, very careful of anything that can cancel your regen rune. But it gave him enough to secure the kill, and that's all that really matters. As he's now sitting on 17 Bloodstone charges, 32 mana per second regeneration. And now they back themselves off. There's going to be a Rod of Atos. Zacharific may have to deny here. Can they get the dust off as well? They can't get the gust. And Zacharific gets away alive. King, he actually wants to fight here. Goes out for Adrian. All he needs is one crit. That's all he needs, but can't find it. Now they turn around. King, they've got the Ancient Seal on him. He's regenerating pretty well. Architect comes in. He's got the Freezing Field in 5 seconds. He's also got a Glimmer Cape, but he will get brought down. A little too fast, a little too furious. They still let King get away. No, they don't. Destroyer is in. Can they bring him down? Overwhelming odds. They get him. Necrophos with the heart stop aura stops the heart of King. Now Big Papa Bear. And it's safe in his own jungle. Next Roshan's up. 4 minutes plus randomized, so anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes right now. He's got a lot of power behind him. Looks like a BKB completed as well. And an Orb of Venom, kind of interesting, but the slow, very useful to have, especially when everyone gets higher and higher movement speed. That 12% slow is pretty good. So Big Papa Bear laying into the ogres, laying into everything, just bringing everything down. A trail of blood in his wake. But still, they're not quite fighting. 25 to 13 at 26 minutes. We'll see whether or not they can turn this into any substantial advantage here. As, I mean, Ursa is at the top of the net worth board, or at least 100 behind the top net, whereas Zacharific is actually at the top of the board. And looking for a fight, maybe in mid. Duel out on the Red Scare. They've got the Freezing Field, and everyone's dying again. Sia dropping very low, will go down. King chasing onto Destroyer. They will press the attack onto him, so that helps him regen. But in comes Zacharific saying, no, you're not getting away from this one. Les will also go down here. Red Scare gets a 2-man stun. Zacharific with a double kill. He'll find a triple, maybe even 5 more, but he's got the 39 mana per second regeneration up on the board. As he'll go for a Lincoln Sphere now, but 4 dead on the Dire side. Radiant, they can now push a tier 2 with confidence, with gusto. Maybe even 5 more. Zacharific is almost at full mana. That 40 mana per second regen is huge. And Morito taking a lot of damage from the Storm Spirit. Looks like, or from the Crystal Maiden. Looks like it's not quite enough to bring him down, but still enough to force him back. Zacharific now back up pretty much to full mana. You see just that long jump down to the bottom lane, and he'll have all that mana back very soon. 41.7 per second. He ended up skipping the Orchid entirely, or for the time being. He'll get it now. The Lincoln Sphere are going to help against all of these silences. Or at least a couple of them. Gust will still silence. They don't have an Orchid, so I think Gust is the only thing they've got to silence him from this point on, but looks like Big Papa Bear is going to look for a Destroyer. Blinks forward, but blinks the dual blink, tandem blink. The Destroyer also has one. And so they'll get away. No one going down just yet. Zacharific and Architect with a haste rune actually on the Crystal Maiden. Going for the Bracer as well. 10-24, 2 to the 10. HP, meanwhile, Big Papa Bear winning a duel. 24 extra damage. What the hell? I guess
Dire's bottom
that's
tower's
what
getting the business.
this... I told you. You pop Enraged before a duel.
Dire's
Doesn't matter if
structure's
she's got
looking
Blade Mail,
fortified.
which it looks like... It's actually got a low cooldown, so I
The
wouldn't know if
Dire
it did
best do
end up
something
using it.
about
But
that bottom tower.
where is our Storm going? He's going hard for this one. Sia! Well, his name being a mnemonic for Sia. Oh, man, my jokes are terrible. Red Scare now coming from around the bend. Zacharific almost full mana again, or at least halfway up. But now 43.1. Les should go down. That gives... I don't think it gave another Bloodstone charge to Zacharific, but it doesn't even matter at this point. Actually, it looks like it did. He's got 48.4 or 44.8 regen now. And now they're pushing down the mid lane. 29 minutes, 40 seconds into this game. And the Radiant are looking super strong. Super radiant, if I may add. As Roshan is back up in this game. Ursa might be able to go for him. In fact, most certainly can go for him. He's got a point booster. That's going to be his Eye of Scotty on Big Papa Bear. Okay. That makes a little bit of sense.
Guess what's happening to Dire's
Looks like
bottom
Zacharific
tower?
and Architect will bring down the bottom tier 2 tower. Zach may even be able to find a couple of wayward heroes if he
Dire
pops
gave
down.
up bottom tower.
Just goes scouting out. For now, though, Destroyer will wait in the sidelines, holding out hope that maybe he can find someone with a duel, or maybe he can get something off. But for right now, it seems to be that is not the case. Zacharific going all the way to the mid lane and is still at a really good amount of mana, and he'll have that Orchid out very soon, too.
This'll come in handy.
Which, that'll add another pretty decent sum of mana regeneration. I think it's like 150. Meanwhile, Morito will go down. Zacharific, actually, I don't think he finds the range for that one. Or does he? I thought he had 24 before that, but I don't know anymore. We're going to have Red Scare coming out for Adrian. And here comes Destroyer. We'll get the duel out. But who really wins this one? In comes King. Red Scare taking a lot of damage. He will get away from this one. It ends up dying anyway. But now Zacharific is just destroying everyone. And less, well, sometimes less is more. As Zacharific will bring him down as well. And is very close to having the Orchid Malevolence. And yeah, I think the Drow Ranger calls it. And I'm pretty sure she's right, as Orchid will be completed now on Zacharific. We'll have to see how much mana regeneration he's got as soon as that comes out. My guess, about 54. I could be wrong, though. Maybe, no, I wouldn't say it's anywhere near 60. Yeah, about 54. 150% extra mana regeneration. Seems about right. Zacharific will now go into Morito. Although he's got a high amount of magic regeneration, he doesn't really have a huge amount of damage. It mostly comes from being able to zip around, so... Oh, well, I was wrong. 62. Well, just look at that. I said I don't think it's going to be 60, but I thought about it. I thought about 60 briefly, so I don't know. That's just me. Morito. Play this one very aggressive. 62.4 mana regeneration per second. What the hell? He could almost just buy another Bloodstone now and have be able to just zip across the map. 0.7% mana drain per unit. Yeah, no, he can't sustain that. I don't know if it's even possible to be honest. I could be wrong. But permanent zips just doesn't seem possible to me. He's got a Voidstone out, so I don't know. I don't know what he builds next, but it's going to be big. Les, well, he'll get brought down. Zacharific still farming the bottom lane, so he doesn't want any part of these kills anymore. He just wants to split push out. He's doing so quite effectively. Big Papa Bear now will make his way on in. Red Scare diving on to Morito. Will pop out with a double edge. They turn around onto him, though, but in comes Zacharific. Look at the damage! That was the quickest pop I've ever seen. Morito, he's not long for this world either. Red Scare, low, but doesn't even care. That's almost a hard to rest completed. In fact, he probably has it on the courier or can purchase it up and send it out to him. Yep, there it is.
Ain't looking good for the Dire mid-range.
Didn't Architect have an Arcana earlier? No, I might be mistaken. Either way, looks like the Radiant, I think, although I hate to call the game early, I think they may have won this game 40-14. 33.5 minutes in. Dear God, this has been an absolute slaughter And of course, you know, saltiness from the Dire team, as is expected. It'd be a weird game if they weren't salty. In fact, I've actually had lots of games where they haven't been salty, and I've been really stranged out by it, so, or weirded out by it. It's been strange. Zacharific. Heroes are only supposed to move at a certain movement speed. I don't know. Zacharific is just is playing with this game. 65 mana per second regeneration.
Technical difficulties.
Each kill only grants 1 mana per second regeneration? Huh. I didn't know that. I thought it was percentage based like the rest of the items. But I've been wrong before. Anyway, it looks like they'll go for the Mega Creeps and go for Ancient later. Sometimes bringing down the racks are all fun. Sometimes being able to see your own Mega Creep pushing in is very fun. So Storm Spirit is starting to build up the Scythe of Ice, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to finish it before the end of this game. I'd be surprised if he was, but the Radiant are now camped about in the Dire's base. Do they die for this one? Do they do the coveted Fountain Dive? The Conbear comes in. They just rage at them. So much damage. The Sonic or the Freezing Field comes down. It's just, yeah, it's just a slaughter once again. Zacharific now with 72 mana regeneration per second. He could have his Scythe of Ice, but he won't. Unfortunate to say the least. Looks like the Ancient will go down. GG, well played to both teams, especially though to the Radiant, for they have won this game. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Chicago Ted with the Golden Aegis cast series. If you liked the replay and you want to follow me, you can check it out on Twitter, also YouTube, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, if you want your own replay casted, you can go ahead and check out the description of this video or visit dotacasters.com. I know right now when I'm recording this, they're still under maintenance. No idea when they're going to be coming back online, but if they are back by the time you watch this video, I strongly recommend it. It's a great place to be for all of your replay casting needs, whether or not they're recent or they're live. If you've got the replay to cast, we'll cast them. So thank you very much again for watching. This has been Chicago Ted. I'll catch you all next time.